bro.
Shalom.
Shalom.
We are the Hebrew Israelites, and we prophesy the downfall of this kingdom, America, which is called the daughter of Babylon in the Bible, and to teach you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans that you are the Lord's chosen people, the Israelites. And we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone camp for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and mercy to the brothers around the world pushing the truth.
And the reason why we give double honors to the apostles of GMS is because they opened our eyes to the truth.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would still be blind. And right now, a lot of things are going on, but everything that's going on is behind the man that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is using to make this happen, and that's Esau, the devil. Now we're going to talk about the devil real quick.
Because this is his kingdom,
yes, sir.
You know. Because this is Babylon, you know.
Oh, before, yeah, let me get Job 9 and 24 for you since you said that. And here's the thing. This is your only tool. This is your only tool for survival. This is your survival tool right now. The scriptures. This is Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And you have to keep reading the scripture over and over and over again. And it makes sense a little bit more every time you read it. Right now, who's in control of the earth?
Esau, because he got the blessing of the fatness of the earth.
Yes, sir.
That the fatness of the earth, that means everything that's good. You know, all the best places.
All the best, they get all the best food. Because right now, all the food we're eating is not good. It's not that great. Although they get all the best water, all the best everything. All the best health care.
And a brother put out a video too. There was a picture, and basically saying that this is a fake world. You know, you got fake everything. There's fake people. There's fake news. There's fake food.
Fake news.
There's
fake money.
Fake money.
Fake women.
Yeah.
Fake medicine.
Fake men.
medicine. Fake spirituality.
Fake animals.
Fake weather.
Yeah, fake weather. Fake animals.
You know what I mean?
All on the fucking TV. Everything you see on TV is fucking fake.
That's right. It's because of Esau.
So the brother said that, this is what he said. This is Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, and his father is Isaac, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. So you're going to live in the fatness of the earth, the best parts. The best part. What's the best part of a porterhouse steak? That filet mignon, that fatty meat part. It's fucking good. That's the best part, right? So the best part of this world is his, and who gave it to him? Isaac, which is Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation. So there you go. That's where he got the blessing. So now we know who gave him the earth. We kind of read that backwards, but that's good because that's good for the brothers that don't know. We read it the perfect way because Job 9:24 tells you the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, and then Genesis 27 and 38 told you who gave it to him. Okay, so now we're gonna look at Esau. If your brothers get in the spirit, man, don't let me stop you.
Let me bring something out real quick, because since we're talking about Esau and this is his kingdom, you know, Babylon, but the way he got this kingdom, you know, was by stealing it, you know, and killing, you know, and so if he did that, he has to pay it back. You know, the scriptures say, you know, recompense is a tribute. What's it?
Is it dispenser full? I don't know.
Recompense to those who recompense something about tribulation. Forgot it.
I don't know. My phone's My phone swords over there. Recompense. Because, and that's alright that we forget because we're in the flesh.
Recompense is righteous to those who trouble you.
There you go.
Because he has to pay all of it back, because since this is his kingdom, you know, he's in debt. And I got the it's the U.S. national debt clock, you know, and this is if you go to it on the online, it shows, you know, the debt, how much we're in debt, you know, and it's showing 26 trillion.
How much is in each individual should be over here?
And it's still going up.
Because each individual is over here. It's like the individual part right here. No, never mind. Okay. Because there used to be a part where it tells you how much you owe. Can you back here? Okay, there it is. Use national debt. And then debt per citizen, $78,867. See that?
Oh yeah, it's also debt per citizen. That's
See that shit? That's how much you owe. You owe 80,000. You owe 80,000. I owe 80,000. How the fuck do we owe 80,000? So that means that the streets are ours. If we're paying for the bill, then it should be ours, but it's not ours. How the hell are we gonna owe 80,000?
Yeah, and if I guess China right now is selling off its debt to other, I believe to other countries.
And you know why they're selling off their debts?
Could
The
be-
U.S. is selling. Everybody's selling off their debts because they're gonna start all over again. They're getting ready to go into outer space, so they gotta start this new world order. They gotta get into alliance, and they gotta have a new currency. And the currency is only as strong as the military that backs it up. The U.S. dollar right now is the strongest, but it's weak. And look at everybody else's money is weak.
This thing is gonna get out of control because we live on fiat currency. It's just imaginary money.
It is, man.
The real wealth in this world is resources, control of resources, land, oil, gold, minerals, livestock, slaves.
Livestock, and then and then Esau has this thing where you have to kill off your livestock because of the COVID-19. Oh, and then the another part of this Esau has control over is the school system. So they're trying to open up the school again. So they're trying to open up the school system again. Okay, it's gonna do it one more time. So they're going to open up the school system again, but in order to do that, they all have to get in alliance with each other, and they have to agree on what's going to happen when we go back to school. So right now, you're getting your forehead checked when you go to work. I'm getting my forehead checked. You're getting your forehead checked. When you go back to work, they're asking you questions like, does anybody in your family has a COVID? Do you have a COVID? Do you have any symptoms? And they have to make sure that they check you, and with the non-touch. What if somebody accidentally touches you with that? And then the kids won't be able to wear masks because they have breathing problems. Not only that, when they're playing around, they're going to be huffing and puffing. And those Edomites that are behind us, they know that's why they want you to wear those masks, so you can get the symptoms.
Let me read this real quick, because this is the one that I stated earlier. It's 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. See, so it's a righteous thing for you know, this white man to pay back what he stole, you know, from Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know.
So let me read this to you. This is on the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It's page 156. It's Esau. Harry, firstborn twin brothers Esau and Jacob, sons of Isaac and Rebekah. And it gives you Genesis 25 and 24. So it's all over Genesis, and it tells you, you know, he married 2 Hittite women, so that's going off. He's not supposed to go out and marry someone else. And then sought to kill Jacob, his brother, and because he sold his birthright to him. And then later on reconciled to Jacob, but then he still backstabbed. And then, you know, the people of Esau are called Edomites. They're still here. This guy,
The scriptures even tell you that he comes from the Caucasus Mountains, right?
yes sir,
From the caves.
he's a cave dweller. And now since you said that, you know, there's a certain point in time where you just have to come to the conclusion, man, maybe these people, these brothers on the street corner are telling the truth. Maybe this white man is the devil. Because he sure as hell ain't no saint.
Con.
That's where Caucasian, that name Caucasians come from, is from the Caucasian
The
Mountains.
Caucasus Mountains, and that's near Georgia, over there by the Black Sea, not Israel. This is the book of Obadiah, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, our power concerning Edom. Concerning Edom, that's the whole people. Because it didn't say Esau, it said Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen, that's us. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. So what's the battle right now? It's not actually putting our hands on them. Hell, it's not even yelling at them. It's explaining to them, hey man, this is you, right here. This is you right here. Because you want to know why? We're prosecuting. We're attorneys. We're prosecuting his ass. Every Edomite that comes up, we've got to prosecute him. We've got to charge them with these, whatever crimes they did. Let them know that they did them.
And currently, Esau's under indictment. And he's about to get the book thrown at him. Also, I had this, like, you know, like an epiphany or like a memory, you know, being in the world, you know, I dealt with Esau and his court systems, and he had me in court and stuff, and it's funny that I was thinking, like, Esau's under indictment, and the Most High, Yahweh Shai, is getting ready to break, you know, he's busting out his file, and it's funny, like, you ever seen, the DA when they come in, you know, when you go into court, and they come in with that big old briefcase of, like, with all your files and shit. That's what we got on Esau. And
yeah, but the thing is, we don't have just one. We got like a whole freaking truckload.
Like a
semi-full
fucking file.
We have a semi-full.
Yeah.
We have shit. We have a freaking battleship full of files against you.
A train.
That's why these scriptures are so important. Not only does it tell you who you are, but it tells you who your enemy is. And this is verse 2, because that's a battle right there. Bringing these files up against, hey man, we gotta read the files. This guy did this, so yeah, we gotta get him. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. And right now, he's greatly despised among the heathen. The Chinese are coming up, Persians are coming up.
Oh, just the Chinese too. They came out with they're dropping the U.S. dollar.
Yeah.
They ain't dealing with the U.S. dollar no more.
Yeah, and you're dropping the dollar in part.
So you know what's Esau's next move? He's got to sanction China somehow. You dropping my dollar? Well, I'm gonna make sure that you pay me for dropping my dollar.
That's gonna make the dollar, you know, devalue the dollar.
And the dollar's pretty weak right now. Pretty weak.
Even more.
Yeah, and then that's gonna carry over a domino effect in regards to China selling off their, you know, like you said, they're giving up the dollar, and then they're selling off their debt, and that's gonna be a cause and effect to other countries.
They're starting to become more enemies, you know,
Yeah.
with this coronavirus thing too.
And China knows how to fight Esau with his own things. There's this thing called a financial contagion. What happened in China happened here, and like the brother said, it's gonna trickle down.
Hey, because where did the protest start? It started over there, right?
Started in China.
And Tahar said it was gonna come over here too.
And I was like, man.
It is here. It's
I was
here
like,
now.
I'm not gonna wear no mask like these Chinese, but now I gotta wear a mask, or I can't go to the store, I can't go inside work. See, so that is how a financial contagion happens. It has to affect another part of it. Well, if one thing happens in China, it's gonna affect over here, because China has a lot of interest over here. they're selling all their products that they make to the Americans, because the Americans are a consumer nation.
Can I get the scripture?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Is Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. So here it is, he's telling us that we gotta stay at home, but his ass didn't even stay at home when he was in the caves, you know?
How was his
Or,
quarantine?
or his land that he was given, you know? He didn't stay, you know? He came over here and took over all the nations.
And you know what's happening right now? Esau is putting his plan together. Really, it's the Most High's plan, but he's putting his little plan together to start a racial intensified riot, because who's going out there to protest? Who's killing? Somebody that's so-called white killed somebody that's so-called black. Well, there's a lot of things coming up about that makes it not even true, because when they called the ambulance when this guy was dead, and it was 2 sheriffs, not ambulance workers, 2 sheriffs in fucking police vests, 2 fucking sheriffs put that fool in the fucking, and he did a good job of pretending to be dead. You don't go limp like that right away. And
Yeah.
it's called, I mean, you do, but you don't move like that. And I ain't never killed nobody to know, but
Well, another thing, this how you know this whole that whole Jake murder thing was completely fake, because like you guys remember, I don't know if you guys remember. You guys remember like the O.J. Simpson?
Mm-hmm.
Like they covered it, you know, a murder. They had the whole fucking news, every single news channel covering the story.
Nobody covering this.
No one's covering it. Like you'd be like, you'd figure they'd be at the courthouse. It'd be, you know, they'd be covering the story, but there is no story to cover because it's fake.
It's fake, and you can't even find his death certificate. Shit, you can't even find his birth certificate. There's like 2,000 birth certificates and 2,400 death certificates, or something like that. So this is the book of Obadiah, chapter verse 3. Because read that one again, Mr. Rick.
Habakkuk 2 and 4, and it goes on to 5. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
So it's not just in him, and this is how he lets you know. See, that's in Habakkuk. This is in Obadiah, verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? You can go ahead and read that one again.
Yeah, because it said in the clefts of the rocks. Behold, his soul which is Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by Yahweh's faith. And that's twofold, and it goes to 2/3 of Israel too. You know, because their soul is not lifted up right. You know, and they're not living by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's faith.
No, it's not.
And this demon, every single day, the Most High is uncovering this demon.
Yep.
And if y'all don't mind,
lifting up his skirt a little bit more. You know, as the scriptures say. You know.
I got one. I don't know if you guys got this one, but I got Habakkuk 2 and 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of your house right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
And the cup of his right hand is the prophets out here.
And this is what is happening every day, because Esau, he's not really creative, you know. When he's not, and so the Most High is just revealing him day to day. As days goes on, he's being revealed, and now you can see nobody respects his demon anymore. Nobody, like even all the Jakes in my class, like they don't even have no knowledge of the truth thus far, but they're like, we're gonna go, like they talk so much shit, you know, like they said like everyone's gonna have to make up some time, like, well, if we have to make up time, we're gonna go on a protest, you know, like Jake is getting smart, you know, and Jake is waking up to their shit too.
And too, there's a scripture that says, the princes shall not regard their kings. You know, and that's what it's going to right now, too.
So Esau's getting uncovered. And this is Obadiah chapter verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And the only way it's sought up is through the Spirit, and through the Spirit he's giving it up by himself. Oh, and there's this thing, there's this caulking that you can use underwater, and normally you can't use caulking underwater. So that's what they use in outer space. They use caulking to make shit stick together. You know, that just shows you how low level he is. To gap a seal, he uses caulking, industrial strength or space strength.
This guy will use anything, you know. Let me continue. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. See, so he gathereth him all nations. Here it is. He got all nations under control, and yet he's still not satisfied. Just like how death is not satisfied, you know. That's how he is.
And if you don't understand how he gathered the nations, just look at his military. Everybody from every part, there's at least one person from every part of the world in his military. He's got people from all over the world.
Got military bases everywhere.
All over the world.
You know?
And that wine that the scripture's talking about is just philosophy. Do as you will.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get punished.
Yep. Because when you drink wine, you know that messes with your mind. You know, it gets you drunk.
It makes you say things that you ain't supposed to say. This is the second book of Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. There's a transition going on. The old world is ending and the new world is starting.
Yeah, we're at a paradigm shift right now, and everything that was is gonna come to naught. The tables are turning on Esau, and the thing is, everybody, 99.9% of the world has trusted in this Babylon juice, and this whole thing is about to befall them. It's gonna fail them. And I have a scripture here that supports what I'm saying, and bear with me, I'll pull it out here. It's Isaiah 31 and 1. Because we can't trust in this system, because as you can see, everything it's falling, it's brick by brick. The Most High is bringing it down. I don't know if you guys seen that lightning strike on the obelisk. I think it's called the obelisk or whatever.
It shocked some soldiers too.
So that's right there. The Most High was an omen for us that have a spiritual eye. Was an omen, because the Most High is not dealing with Egypt. So Isaiah 31 and 1 says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots." And the horses and chariots is Esau's military, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. See, these people, their God, they're keeping their faith in Esau, but the men of the elect, we have a spiritual eye, and we're not going to fall into, we're not going to fall into that deception that Esau's been pushing out.
One of his devices. Because he has a lot of devices. And one of those devices is the wine of fornication. The spirit of, ain't nothing gonna happen. It's gonna be okay. Or nobody, you can't judge me.
Like that scripture that says, "For when they say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come." You know?
Yeah.
Because right now, that's what it's sounding like right now, you know, because even though the pandemic's going on, they're still saying that it's going to get better, and it's going to be more peace and safety.
Damn.
You know?
So since you said that, this is Proverbs 21 and 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So
And the coronavirus cases are still going up, you know, but this white man don't care, you know, he's too proud of his kingdom.
and the thing about that is, you know, people are still going out. If they're getting sick because you're going out, stop going out. But that doesn't matter because you know why? It's not even about getting sick. It's about him making you scared and think you're sick.
It's about Yahweh Shem Yahushua protecting you, you know, because we going out, we ain't getting sick, you know, we protect
Yeah,
it.
and that's right, like it says right here, 20 verse. Let me see. So like the Proverbs 21 and 17. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. Because that's what the brother was saying. The righteous, you know, the revenge is for the righteous. It's not ours too.
Our people, all they could do is run to this white man because he's in control. You know?
And this, you know, ultimately gonna.
It's ultimately what the plan is for him to go down, and just like Egypt happened.
Because Esau is he all. I read this scripture. I'm gonna find it right now. It's the pride, you know, like the pride has made them blind. They didn't think they would ever see this happen to them. You know, they never ever counted to see the fall of their kingdom. I believe it's the scripture where it says Vidiku should be so good that they would believe that they would be in good case. But if you have a spiritual eye, you're paying attention, you would have heard already that the UN made an announcement that mass starvation is going to hit by the end of this year because there's a fourth generation of locusts that has spawned and that could take out hundreds of acres, and the locust is the size of a big city, and it takes out acres of crop in just seconds. So
and these shelves, they're still empty, you know. Every time it gets stocked up, people are taking it, you know. So that's backing up the whole system, you know. So you don't think there's a famine still that's gonna come?
And then number 4 is completion, and that's not the 4th generation. They've been here since Egypt, homie. And I seen a locust, and my cats kill stuff, and they leave them by my front door. I seen a locust in my front door. Those things are big, man, and it's not just one. It's like billions of them. In a matter of minutes, like Scripture says, when Egypt comes down, it's going to be like an hour. Those things devour fields quick, and that's why those farmers are scared.
Mm-hmm. There's another beautiful. I got a scripture here, Micah 2:10. Arise, ye, and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sore destruction.
Oh man, let me say this before that. It'll destroy you before it destroys anybody else, and that's the truth. So when these Edomites come up, let's not even try to yell at them. Let's let them ensnare themselves. Because there's a couple of Edomites that come up, and I let them just talk, and then like they'll let you know what they think, and then you'll be like, oh, but what about this? And then they'll backtrack, and then they'll end up showing themselves lifting up their own skirt.
Oh, too. That made me think of this movie. It's called Roadhouse, right?
Oh yeah.
And he's like the manager, right? And he's telling all the bartenders, he's telling them, you know, to calm down. You know, he says, if anybody gives you any shit, just be nice. You know, he says, and then one of them says, what if somebody calls my mother a whore? And he's all, hey, just be nice. You know what I mean? So that's what we gotta do. We just gotta tell them, we gotta be mean, but we gotta be nice. Tell them, you know, what it says in the scriptures.
Because words hurt. That's why this is called the double-edged sword. This is Proverbs 20:1. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. See, so if you're thinking that Yahushua is a nice person and he's gonna forgive you and you know the truth, but you don't want to come to the camp, and you don't want to do your videos, and you don't want to show your work, and you think that the brotherhood is not the right way, and then you don't want to get double honors, and then you don't want to, you just learn it by yourself. That's you being drunk. This is not the time to be drunk. Esau's drunk, and look what he's doing. The famine is coming, and if it's gonna come by the end of this year, guess what else is coming by the end of this year? That chip. Cause that's gonna be the thing that's gonna make people say, man, if there's no food, we want food, and then Esau's gonna be like, if you want food, take this chip.
You heard the scripture? It was, I believe, one of the apostles brought out. There's a scripture that says, "They shall well for their as either the fruit or their seed shall fail them." So that's what I'm looking for right now. I'll try to find it if you brothers don't.
And that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, that thing is getting closer because that's all you hear about now, you know. Because they're starting to they're making it an option for when the vaccine comes out. There's going to be an option to where you can get a chip now too, you know, that goes along with the vaccine, you know. So it's getting closer. And I posted a video about even cartoons are showing the market.
Yes, because they're trying to make you normalize to it.
It's called a Smart Mark, you know, a cartoon that came out.
This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Why do you think they call it Smart Mark, you know? They think it's smart, you know, getting that mark.
Con. I found something that kind of ties everything that we're talking about in a few verses, and it's 2nd Ezra chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. I'm going to continue in a couple verses. 11 says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
Oh, and those plagues are the locust, famine, the freaking COVID-19.
That reminds me of the same thing that's happening with Moses. You know? That happened with Moses back in Egypt.
It's gonna be hot.
First it was the warning, just like Noah. First it was the warning, then it was the destruction. You know.
And then I got two more verses. 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 12 says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment of Yahweh shall bring upon it. Verse 13, this is the one I'm talking about. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail them to the blasting of hell, and with a fearful consolation. Verse 14, woe to the world, and them that dwell therein. That's it. That's what we're going to experience.
So last year there was a famine of bread in the breadbasket of America, that belt Bible, because their corn wasn't growing as good as it was, and now the locusts